All right, quick update on ATOS. That's Atosa Therapeutics. If you watched my video last week, I had pointed out that I saw a huge potential for a gamma squeeze. I think the float for ATOS is somewhere around 100 million, and the option chain for July 16th was just absolutely loaded up. Basically, it's still loaded up. I just wanted to go over kind of a little bit of stuff that's been happening with the stock recently and let you know that yes, the possibility still exists for the gamma squeeze to happen. But like I said in my original video, if you watched it, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. This is more of a bet for me. I bought some kind of FDs out of the money options. I think $16 strike and also some at the $10 strike. But my intention was just, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, sometimes these gamma squeezes are highly unlikely, as market makers are going to try to suppress the price as much as possible to prevent it from happening. So anyways, let's get to the daily chart. And I also want to talk about a couple things that came up. So today, there was two big announcements for ATOS. One was that they got regulatory approval for a COVID-19 study in Australia to start phase 1 or 2, which to me is really positive news that maybe could have ended up in the stock kind of taking off. But at the same time, another story came out that there was some insider selling that happened. So, kind of a positive and a negative. When I made the video, I want to say we were somewhere around here. I could be wrong. I want to say, somewhere around the $7 range. And there was a significant gap. I think one down here and one also right here, all the way down to this 535 level. And over the last week, we did fill those gaps. And now we've seen the stock continue to, over the last 2 days, somewhat rise. And this is what, this stock has done on its run up from $1.48 back in April. It went from $1.48 up to $3.15, so, almost doubled, and then had a little bit of a retracement, came back to $2.24. Then it ran up. I mean, really the two big run-ups were from $2.85 up to $6.86. So again, a little bit more than double, and then retraced all the way back down to $3.82. Most recent run up from 382 up to 980, almost tripled, and almost the same amount of retracement coming back down to 507. So, that's it just in terms of the technicals. But for me, this was all about the options chain from the beginning. Had nothing to do with fundamentals or anything else. It was just that the potential for a gamma squeeze exists, and it still does. So the stock has came down quite a bit. What really stood out to me when I made the first video was these two strikes right here, $7.50 and $9, both for the July 16th expiration. 59,000 calls compared to 8,000 puts, and then again 56,000 calls compared to 1,500 puts. That is absolutely insane in terms of open interest for a stock that only has about 100 million in the float. And these other numbers aren't too bad either. 33,000 at the $6 strike compared to 9,000. So that's a net differential of 20,000 in there. So can this happen? Absolutely. Will it happen? I have no clue. This was a straight up bet, and I stand by it. I'm still waiting for it to happen. We still have 2 more days this week and 5 days next week to see if somebody, whoever loaded up this chain, is going to come back in and push this price up and get us to these levels where the option chain could take over. And I mean, this open interest is absolutely incredible, where I could see this thing blowing all the way up to 20. Before I get off this though, I do want to pull up the Ortex data on ATOS, because it seems like it is a pretty highly shorted stock. So coming into today, estimated short interest was 17% with 24 million shares on loan. All right, but what intrigued me is what I saw today. An extra almost 16% short interest change. So that means that tomorrow, because there was a net of almost 4 million shares borrowed, and the cost to borrow looks like an average of 7%. But that means that tomorrow we're going to be looking at a short interest of somewhere around 33%, which is also high. I'm not saying this is a short squeeze play by any means, but I guess what I'm getting at is this is a gamma squeeze play. And if it happens and the gamma squeeze kicks off and gets up into the $20 range, somewhere around there, now you're looking at, whoever shorted this stock, potentially even down as low as $1 where it was trading, not too long ago, maybe 3 months ago. That's going to put some pressure on short sellers too, and that could potentially make this stock skyrocket even higher. So I think this is a fairly decent bet right now. Looking at the options, if you wanted to go in and buy an $11 strike, you could probably get one for somewhere around 15 cents a contract, or $15, and all the way upwards of the $16 strike for somewhere around $5. Not bad considering how well this is loaded up. Highly unlikely, like all gamma squeezes, but these are the type of bets that I like to make. Not investments, bets. Anyways, have a great night. Good luck in whatever stock you're in. I know everybody's been kind of seeing some red days lately in a lot of these stocks. You just got to hold through it, and the green days will come. Good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want to jump on my live stream, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. That's on the West Coast, so that's a half hour before the market opens, and I usually go for about 2 hours. Having a lot of fun. Love to see you there.